Welcome back to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting, including today, Fubo is accusing Fox, Disney, and Warner Bros. Discovery of overcharging them by as much as 50%. We'll break down what's happening there. It's a big accusation as part of their lawsuit against them. The OTA network, the free over-the-air network, Retro TV, one of the fastest growing, is launching in some new markets after expanding heavily last year. And Hulu Plus Live TV is adding some new channels just in time for Major League Baseball. This and a whole lot more coming up in a quick second. First though, if you want to learn more about these stories, I'll put a link to each story there so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinions in the first pinned comment and in the show notes down below. If you're new here, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, and let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here so we can help you hopefully break free from the high cost of cable TV, and you help us by recommending our channel to more people. With that said, Fubo today, let's dive into it, is accusing Fox, Disney, and Warner Bros. Discovery of overcharging them by 30 to 50%. Now, Fubo is suing these companies because they plan to launch a sports-only streaming service later this year. Fubo feels apparently very heavily threatened by that this is a breaking the law somehow, or at least breaking contracts, and they're suing because of that. And it's probably not the last lawsuit if you believe some analysts who predict that maybe some cable companies are also considering the same thing. But Fubo's CEO, David Grandler, I hope I said that right, my apologies if I had not, did an interview with Sports Pro where he said, the answer is simple, we're being overcharged 30 to 50%, we're dealing with complexities around packaging, we're forced to take on content that we don't want in order to access must-have programming. And this has been a big complaint of cable companies and streaming services for a while. If you want ESPN, you have to carry all these other Disney channels like the Disney FX and others. If you want Fox Sports, you have to carry Fox News. If you want Warner Bros. Discovery channels, you have to carry other ones that they own like HGTV and the like. This is pretty standard. It's the bundle. And cable companies for years have said they would love to offer a la carte or offer the ability for you to subscribe to just a sports package, but they've been blocked to do it by their contracts by these exact companies who are now going ahead and launching their own sports bundle, cutting out the middleman and going direct to the consumers. Fubo is suing, accusing them of basically that not being ethical and all kinds of other things out there, that they're hurting them with this. And now Fubo, as part of their PR push for this lawsuit, is asking or is saying that they are being overcharged 30 or 50% because they have to pay for all this other stuff they don't want in order to offer the stuff people really watch. I've said this for a while. The vast majority of live TV customers watch sports and live news and other live events. They're not really tuning into on-demand or reruns and the rest on some of these other networks like they used to in the past. Now, Fubo is also trying to at least pressure the federal government to investigate this as maybe a monopoly, anti-competitive, and all kinds of other things out there. So Fubo, I think, is going all in. Fubo, I believe, views this as a very dangerous situation that they think is negatively impacting them and negatively hurting their ability for future revenue growth with their ability to grow. Now, will they actually go under because of this service? I don't know. That's a good question. It depends on a lot of details. What are these companies actually going to charge for this service? What are all the fine print details with this service? But I'll tell you this, if it comes in for 45 to, even under 50, let's say, there is a real pressure here that will be put on Fubo, which is in the high 70s, plus some RSN fees and other things. So keep a close eye on this. This could, have long-term impacts on cord cutting. This could have long-term impacts on Fubo's future as a streaming company. Let's keep moving along. The OTA network Retro TV is launching 2 new stations in Portland, Oregon. Now, Retro TV last year launched in a bunch of stations out there, including San Diego, California, Dallas, Texas, Fort Worth, Des Moines, Iowa, Washington, D.C., Charleston, South Carolina, just to name a few of the markets they launched in last year. Retro TV is a very popular network with a lot older stuff. I loved it. I think they still show Dragnet. I used to watch Dragnet on that quite a bit when we had Retro where I lived. Really enjoyed it. If you haven't checked them out, link in the show notes. Check out their website, full list of where it's available over the air. If you're a Hulu Plus Live TV customer, yesterday when Major League Baseball opened up, Hulu Plus Live TV added Major League Baseball Network to their lineup. They're now one more service out there for cord cutters to watch Major League Baseball Network without paying for cable TV. Great news there again. Link in the show notes down below. If you're a T-Mobile customer, you may want to take a look at their new prepaid line plan. You can get 2 prepaid T-Mobile lines for $75 a month. This comes as T-Mobile is facing pressure from things like Mint Mobile and a growing number of other companies out there putting pressure on them. And they're responding with new prepaid plans to help address that pressure. Not just Mint, but also cable companies like Comcast, Spectrum, and others are putting pressure on them by offering very cheap prepaid plans through if you're a customer of like their internet or phone. All right, speaking of RSNs, Fubo, and speaking of Fubo, is adding the Yes Network. Yesterday, Fubo launched the Yes Network and added the Diamondbacks TV network, or renewed their contract, I should say, for another season there. So you'll be able to watch Yes Network content and Diamondbacks television if you live in one of their markets that offer those in-market streaming there. Link in the show notes down below if you want to check out the full details of this package and what package level you need with it. All right, if you are interested in the future of Vizio television, as Walmart is trying to buy it as part of a $2.3 billion deal to buy Vizio. Well, Walmart has been in talks with the FTC, who's been reviewing this for anti-competitive, antitrust, all kinds of monopoly issues, looking at this to approve this merger, or this purchase, I guess we should call it. Walmart had already submitted documents to them defending why they should be allowed to buy this company. Standard practice. A deal of this size always triggers a review by these kind of people. But Walmart, through Vizio, has now notified the FTC that they're going to retract that documents. Based on conversations with the FTC, they want to resubmit a different set of arguments on why they should be allowed to buy Vizio. So that raises the question, A, why? Probably just some technical things. They wanted to address an issue, or maybe they received a question and they wanted to address that. 2, they really want to make sure this deal goes through, so they're going to try to cover every base, and maybe they realized they missed something and wanted to cover it. But that raises a question. Do you think Walmart should be able to buy Vizio? What do you think of that deal? Should Walmart be the owner of a television company? For a while, Walmart was looking like they were heavily getting into streaming, and then they sold Vudu out, now owned by Fandango and others, their parent companies. Now, though, it looks like they want to get back into it, because not only are they interested in the Vizio TV company to manufacture TVs, but also the Vizio free ad-supported streaming service that they hope to use there. Should be interesting to see how that plays out, but leave me a comment. Let me know if you're excited for Walmart to buy Vizio, or if you think this deal should be blocked. I'd love to hear from you. All right, question of the day. If you have a question that you want to leave for me to answer either here or in the comments down below, depending on what the question is, I may answer it one or the other. Leave me a comment on this video. Start it off with something like a question for Luke. I'll try to answer as many questions as I can. If I don't answer your question, please re-ask it. Sometimes it comes in after I record. Sometimes it comes and I just miss it. So don't be afraid to re-answer or re-ask it, and I'll try to answer it. But today's question is one I've been getting a lot. Do I believe that someday you'll be able to stream all major sports by subscribing directly to the teams you want? We're already seeing this a little bit with Major League Baseball. I just talked about Diamondbacks television, which offers direct streaming and available through different partners like DirecTV, Fubo, and the like. But will I someday be able to just say, hey, I want the Detroit Lions football, I want the Chicago Bulls basketball, and I want Michigan college football, for example, and just buy those? I do think someday you will be able to buy at least directly from major sports leagues streaming packages. Major League Baseball is probably going to be one of the first. They've been very vocal about wanting their Major League Baseball MLB.TV streaming service, which historically offers out-of-market streaming. They want to offer in-market streaming. Now, Bally Sports does this and others do this in a select number of markets, but Major League Baseball has made clear they want to also do it through their own app. I think football and college football and pro football, NFL, will be one of the last ones to do this, but it wouldn't surprise me to see NHL, NBA, and Major League Baseball in the next 5 years offer more in-market streaming, make it easier to get everything you want directly through their services, which they already have out-of-market in different things, but I wouldn't be surprised to see that become all their teams in all areas. You just pay for what you want. What will that price be? I don't know. I think we're in an interesting point where things are very much subdivided. Depending on where you live, you may be getting it through a Marquette streaming service, Bally Sports, soon to be Amazon, Yes Network, all these different places to get it for in-market streaming, depending where you live. I think someday that will come all underneath these streaming services owned and managed by the leagues themselves, cutting out the middleman a little bit there. But the question is, when will that happen and how fast? I think some of the ones like I just listed, NBA, MLB, NHL, are more likely to do it earlier than NFL. But I think even eventually the NFL will join in that trend and offer direct-to-consumer streaming in a way they've never done it. Yes, they have the NFL streaming service for on your phone, but not really on television. The list goes on and on. I hope that makes sense. If it does, let me know. If it doesn't, let me know. I'll try to answer your questions. Until next time, take care, be safe. I hope you have a fantastic weekend if you don't watch my video this weekend. Otherwise, I'll see you right back here on Monday for a cord cutting today every Monday through Friday. Take care, be safe, have a fantastic day, everybody.